Welcome to Here's How We Get There. It's the daily show filled with conversations about business and mental health in a down-to-earth style with real-world language. Now let's dive in with your co-hosts, Kenneth Shark-Kinney and Trey Tucker.
All right, Trey, on a recent episode of Joe Rogan's podcast, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but Joe has a smaller show. It doesn't get nearly the listens or views that ours does. But he
Yeah.
speculated on a recent episode that the Democratic Party was preparing to swap out President Joe Biden for California Governor Gavin Newsom for the 2024 presidential ticket. What are your thoughts? Do you think this is going to happen?
I actually think it will. I don't know for sure that it's going to be Newsom, but I would bet a lot of money that they do not actually put Biden up at the convention. Specifically because a couple of weeks ago, when they let it leak publicly about their opinion of how he can't even stand trial or stand some sort of investigation because of his age. They never would have let that stuff go public if the first go around, if they actually did believe in him. So, yeah, I think they're absolutely laying the groundwork and starting that, I don't know, information campaign to tear down trust in him. I don't know for sure that it would be Newsom. He's definitely smooth enough and articulate enough, but who knows demographically what they think is going to poll better against the presumed nominee of Trump. But it's just more disgusting ways that politicians will circumvent their own rules in order to keep power.
So, and you're referencing special counsel her, not the pronoun, but HUR, his name. Got to be these days. You got to clarify. But his report, which said that he said that Biden was a sweet elderly man who didn't remember a lot of things, which
Right.
I think most people would agree with that.
Right.
Whatever political side they sit on. So my opinion is, I don't think they will. And again, I reserve the right to edit this video if I'm completely wrong, but I don't think they will at this point. Only because, one, the only way to remove Kamala Harris would be a big insult to her and the people that support her. And Black women do a phenomenal job of supporting Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. The only way to do that with her is maybe give her guarantee her a Supreme Court justice spot. And, she was a former prosecuting attorney in California and has a strong background in the law. That you also bring a lot of angst that other people have about moving in somebody that, while they may not be popular, you turn them into a pretty empathetic character once you pull them out of that role. And it's going to, it's not going to sit easily with everybody. And Gavin Newsom, if they pull him in, could lose to Trump. What I think they'll do is, right, wrong, or indifferent, is probably keep Joe in place. And if they have to sacrifice 4 years, they'll do as much as they can, like they did last time, to bury Trump in courtroom. I mean, God knows he's got enough going on with all these court cases, and then some. They'll go after the family, everything. And then they'll realize that Gavin Newsom could have 8 years, because what you don't want him to do, if you're pulling for him, is have him lose to Trump, because that really hurts him in 4 years, and he would get kicked to the side regardless how good his hair is. But to me, the last thing I want on this planet is for the last thing in the world is for anybody to take the California model and apply it everywhere else in this country. I have a lot of amazing friends who live there. They live there because of the weather. It's not because of the politics, the taxes, the homeless, the immigration issues they have. It is, it's crazy land, and people can't afford to live there. They can't afford to pay, the ridiculous taxes and all the special things they have. That's the last thing anybody wants. But he's a very smooth and suave politician, and I'm sure they will cover up a lot of that. To me, he reminds me, from a charisma standpoint, he's Clinton without the soul. Clinton, at least there was something there. Gavin's a political Barbie, and Ken kind of dull, and his wife's an attractive woman. I mean, she's, they make a good looking couple. And I think going up against DeSantis, he has a real shot, despite how good things have been in Florida, because as strong a politician as DeSantis has proven to be with what he's accomplished in Florida. unlike Gavin Newsom, he doesn't have the power to smile well, and it's little things like that really can elevate people to power, and that's what's scary. So maybe we can use Sora AI to generate a fake smile for the politician we want, uh, and put them in power. So
Thank you for joining Shark and Trey on the Here's How We Get There show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit here'showwegetthere.com. That's here'showwegetthere.com.